Breaking: Biden approves $735 million in weapon sales to Israel. Hello folks, my name is Jenna from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom, and today I have a breaking news story. This one comes courtesy of The Hill, and it says, the Biden administration has approved $735 million worth of precision-guided weapons to be sold to Israel, a congressional aide told reporters. The sale, which Congress was officially notified of on May the 5th, has concerned some of the House Democrats who have pressed the administration to limit military support to Israel in the face of growing tensions between them and Palestine. It goes on to say that the majority of the possible sale is of Boeing-made Joint Direct Attack munitions, equipment that can be made to manufacture unguided bombs dropped from aircraft or also guided missiles, according to an aide. The window for Congress to block this sale is for all intents and purposes closed. There are 4 days left in the 15-day expedited review window, and any resolution of disapproval has to be in committee for at least 10 days before they can be put up for a vote on the floor. So, Radical Representative Ilhan Omar said, quote, "The United States should not stand idly while crimes against humanity are being committed with our backing." The radical Democrat went on to say, quote, "It would be appalling for the Biden administration to go through with this $735 million sale in precision-guided weaponry to Netanyahu without any strings attached in the wake of escalating violence and attacks on civilians." So the radical representative went on to say, quote, "If this goes through, this will be seen as a green light for continued escalation, and it will undercut any attempts of brokering a ceasefire." So in that part, she is wrong, because Netanyahu and Biden spoke earlier today, and there was a readout of the call between Biden and Netanyahu. And it says, "The president spoke today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. The president reiterated his firm support for Israel's right to defend itself against indiscriminate rocket attacks. The president welcomed efforts to address intercommunal violence and to bring calm to Jerusalem. He encouraged Israel to make every effort to ensure the protection of innocent civilians." The two leaders discussed progress in Israel's military operations against Hamas and other terrorist groups in Gaza. The president expressed his support for a ceasefire and discussed U.S. engagement with Egypt and other partners towards that end. The two leaders agreed that they and their teams would remain in close touch. So they are working on a ceasefire, and by giving Israel this money to be able to defend itself against those rocket attacks, it will help with that. So it goes on to say that the sale, which was first reported by the Post, was approved 5 days before Hamas. It says the militant group that controls the Gaza Strip began firing rockets towards Israel in response to Israeli police action at Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of the holiest sites for Islam. It goes on to say that the conflict was also exacerbated by the impending and since postponed Supreme Court hearing on the potential eviction order in the predominantly Palestinian neighborhood in Jerusalem, in Israel. We're talking about the Israeli Supreme Court, not the U.S. one. It says that the rocket fire, which began on May the 10th, has been met with Israeli airstrikes that has killed nearly 200 Palestinians. And says, and leveled several Gaza City buildings, including one hit over the weekend that housed employees from the Associated Press and Al Jazeera. The crisis, now in its second week, is the worst between the two sides since 2014, and nations across the world has called on both countries or both sides to cease fire. It says, but Netanyahu over the weekend signaled that Israel strikes and military action will not cease immediately. The Biden administration, meanwhile, has maintained that Israel has the right to defend itself against Hamas and has made no indication that it would curtail or place stipulations on the $3.8 billion in military aid the U.S. government gives Israel annually. So let us know what you guys think about this whole situation, folks. Do you guys agree with the United States with Biden and the Biden administration approving $735 million in weapon sales to Israel. And also, what do you guys think about the United States giving Israel $3.8 billion in military aid every single year? And some years it goes up, some years it goes a little bit down, but it usually stays at that average of $3.8 billion that the U.S. gives Israel. So let us know what you guys think in the comments section below. If you're new to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell. Also, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. But if you are on Gab or Parler, make sure you follow us at Golden State Times. Visit our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com for your latest headlines, news, breaking news, scoops, and everything else in between that has to do with politics. Last but not least, make sure that you guys click the thumbs up button and you share this video on social media. By clicking the thumbs up button and sharing the video, you help us beat the YouTube algorithm. We hope that you guys help us out and you join us on the next one. My name is Jen Goldstein, and I will see you very soon. Peace.